Everybody, I'd like to call this meeting to order, please.
Here.
And Julie?
Here.
Forger. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you very much for the reminder, Dr. Forger. Mr. Hyman. Ms. Anna. Ms. Stanley.
Here.
Ms. Young.
Present.
Ms. Penna.
Present. Okay. Adequate notice of this meeting of the Berkeley Heights Board of Education was given as required by the Open Public Meetings Act as follows. On November 21, 2023, notice of the Board of Education meeting schedule was sent to the Star Ledger and the Courier News and was also provided to all schools, PTO presidents, the BHEA president, and posted at the administration building. A copy was also provided to the public library and filed with the municipal clerk. Can we please stand for the flag salute?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we're going to move directly to the comments from the public on any topic. So let me just read the notice. During this portion of the meeting, district residents and staff are invited to address the Board of Education on any item. The board requests that individuals state their name and town of residence or school of attendance for the record. All comments should be directed to the board president, and depending upon the nature and complexity of the question, it may or may not be answered during the meeting by the administration. If so, the response would occur after this public portion of the meeting has concluded. Although the board may not respond to all items raised during the public forum, all public comments will be considered. The board asks that members of the public be courteous and mindful of the rights of other individuals when speaking. Specifically, comments regarding personnel matters are discouraged and cannot be responded to by the board. Students and employees have specific legal rights afforded by the laws of New Jersey. The board bears no responsibility, nor will it be liable for any comments made by members of the public. Please note that if any member of the public becomes disruptive during the meeting, the board president may terminate the participant's statement. Continued disruptions may result in removal from or adjournment of the meeting. Each speaker's statement will be limited to 3 minutes in duration. If you would like to address the board, can you please come up to the podium? You have 3 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Shauna Williams, in Berkeley Heights. So on the district website, you can find 2 RFPs, one for architects and one for attorneys. However, I would like to note that neither of these RFPs was voted on and authorized by the board. This cannot have been done in committee. A committee, you don't have quorum. If you say that this was done in committee, it's a violation of the Open Public Meetings Act. So I would like to know how you plan to go forward with this if you have not issued an RFP and voted on it by the board. Next question is, actually, let me read a statement. NJSA 18A:18A-4.3 reads, in order to initiate competitive contracting, the Board of Education shall pass a resolution authorizing the use of competitive contracting each time specialized goods or services enumerated. There's a bunch of that basically are desired to be contracted. All right, you have to pass a resolution, and it wasn't done. So again, how are you going to move forward with this? Going on, 18A-4.5 says a report shall be prepared by the business administrator evaluating and recommending the award of a contract. We have not seen a report. This, of course, is due if you are going to issue a contract. So in the September 14th minutes, it says, Mr. Smith alerted the community that the board is moving forward with an RFP for a new architect of record. He noted that the candidate will be appointed at the November board meeting. So obviously that didn't happen in November. Here we are in December, but you still haven't voted on this. Not only that, you're in a lame duck session. You have 2 new board members who will be starting. And there was a legal case that was brought up. It is NOAC versus Board of Education of Manville, where they made a number of appointments and that was challenged. And the court found that appointments where there is no vacancy and which are made before a successor board is seated are not to take place. NJSBA also recommends against doing this. So again, why are you going forward with this right now? So your own agenda says action will be taken. The board agenda right now says action will be taken. So I would ask that, if you want to interview, fine, whatever, but I think that you guys should reevaluate. Will you please pause, wait for your new successor board and do this the right way? Thank you.
Sai Bhargavi Akiri. So I have similar questions. I would like to know when exactly did this board vote publicly on a resolution to issue the RFPs? If we go on the district website right now and search for RFPs, there are 2 RFPs out there. One is for the architects and the other is for the attorneys. And I checked through all the agendas till date, and not a single agenda has a resolution recommended by the superintendent or requesting that the board authorize this. So when was this authorized and advertised? And if it was not done in a public board meeting, and as I think recently we had a open session with the NJSBA liaison, and she said committees cannot take any decisions. So we would like a clear answer as to, was a decision made in a committee to authorize the advertisement of these RFPs? And how are you proceeding with it? And I would like to quote the same statutes. I called the NJSBA and I did ask them for specific guidance on, can a contract be awarded during the lame duck session? And we have all been at an NJSBA training this week. And the advice given by NJSBA and the Department of Ed both said a contract cannot be issued within 60 days to the reorg. So why are we proceeding with this interview process? You can go ahead and interview, but a contract can't be awarded by this current board, especially given step 1, there was no public resolution or a board vote to award and issue these RFPs. Number 2, you can't award a contract. So why are you doing this? Thank you.
We will now close the public comment session if there's nobody else. Anthony, would you like to answer that? Okay, would you like to answer that? Can you answer some of that question? Do you want to give some more information?
Thank you. I'd have to get back to you on that. You sent that late this afternoon. And in order for us to continue what we're doing, we're going to interview. We may or may not take any, what is the word I'm looking for? Any action at the end of the meeting.
We will now be moving on to the adjournment to executive session. Whereas the Berkeley Heights Board of Education seeks to adjourn to executive session in full compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10:4-6 et sec. And whereas the Open Public Meetings Act provides that a public body may exclude the public from that portion of the meeting at which it discusses matters related to those identified below. Matters rendered confidential by federal law, state law, or court rule, individual privacy, collective bargaining agreements, purchase or lease of real property if public interest could be adversely affected, investment of public funds if public interest could be adversely affected, tactics or techniques utilized in protecting public safety and property, pending or anticipated litigation, attorney and client privilege, personnel, employment matters affecting specific prospective or current employees. Be it resolved that the Berkeley Heights Board of Education adjourns to executive session to discuss matters related to architect interviews. And be it further resolved that the minutes of the discussion of any of these items will be disclosed to the public when matters have been determined and confidentiality is no longer applicable. I'd like a motion to adjourn to executive session. And action may be taken, yeah. I'd like approval to adjourn to
So moved.
executive section. Second,
Second, Bradford.
all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we adjourn to executive session. We'll be back approximately 9:30 to adjourn. Publicly, that we will address the public comments at our next board meeting, which will be next week. So I just wanted to make that comment. And with that, I would like, okay, so I need a motion then to return to public session. Second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor? Okay, now I would like to make a motion to adjourn. Do I?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion, meeting is adjourned. Thank you.